Manchester United, Mark, nothing to see here. Everything's absolutely fine.
Well, that's a 4-1 win, a lot of goals, and it takes them up to 6, which is amazing, really, considering they're just 1 point off the Champions League spots. And it's definitely progress for Ruben Amorim. We can't knock that, we can't criticise that, but one thing I'd be a little bit wary of with United at the moment is African nations. Players go away next week, no Brian Mbeumo, no Amad Diallo, no Nusir Mazraoui for potentially a month. So can they sustain this run of form without some of their best players? And they've got a tough run of games coming up, but obviously they had to win tonight and they won well. So for once, there's not much you can say negative about Man United. It's onwards and upwards.
Stevie, they're going to get Champions League football?
No, I don't think they're good enough. I think defensively they're still subject to getting opened up. The goalkeeper looks solid, but he's not a superstar. He's not going to be doing a Donnarumma or an Alisson or anything like that. He'll save most things, but he's not going to be pulling saves off. So, no, I don't think they're strong enough. You can't rely on them. I mean, at half-time, we weren't quite sure what was going to happen in the second half. We thought United would pick it up again, but the fact that they let themselves get in the position from being in the lead to going in at half-time level tells you that, they're not quite there yet. And so, I don't think top 4 is realistic. The way it's going, the way they're going, the way the league's turning out, I would suggest possibilities of Europe, but I don't see them in the top 4.
I think right now Europe are well, not just Europe, are well within their grasp. I still don't think Manchester United sneak into the top 4 in terms of Champions League spots. I think Chelsea as a football club are better positioned for that. I know Manchester United and Chelsea are equal points right now. You just wonder how Maresca and his rotation has cost. They've dropped 5 points, I think, in the last 2, winning 2 games from which really they should have won. I think memory serves me correctly, they come away with 1 draw from those 2. And now as a result, it feels a whole lot tighter outside of the top 3 than it should. Crystal Palace currently sitting in 4th. I don't see them going this season in 4th spot. Again, and then you look at who's behind Manchester United. Do they have enough? I think it's Chelsea's for the taking, but Maresca's got to figure out his rotation, how he balances the squad with Champions League action in midweek, continuing as they go deeper in the Champions League.
With Manchester United and that AFCON topic, if we can, Mario, how much are they going to miss the likes of Mbeumo, Diallo and Mazraoui?
I think Mbeumo, you saw the way he celebrated the goal. It's also like he was finally there, kind of like, was again scoring. So because he's been leading the charge for them. For me, the key thing is when you miss those guys, okay, Mazraoui, okay, he had a moment that he was out of the game and then, he started to play again. Well, Mbeumo and Diallo have definitely, first of all, Diallo was way more dangerous when I was there the other day, and Mbeumo, yeah, he's one of the leading scorers, so they will miss that. Because it doesn't look that easy for Man U to score. That's why I'm saying it. It's not because I think someone else can score or should score, but it's just that they don't have that firepower yet. And sometimes they get a goal or 2 goals, and it gets very difficult. I'm always happy to see Mount score again because that makes a hell of a difference. But for them, they definitely. I hope they can set it right, and with the help of the other teams that like Stevie and Shaka said, with the help of the other ones, if they don't help them, then it becomes difficult. But if the others keep on helping them and dropping points, then Man United starts creeping quietly, and Mr. Ogden will be very happy.
Mark, have they got any plans for January to bring any players in to cover for these names?
No, listen, the constant word you get from United is that they want to wait until the summer, but, we're talking about top 4, but it could be top 5. It was top 5 last season, and the way that the Premier League is so strong in Europe that you'd imagine that there's a very good chance that the Premier League will get 5 spots in the Champions League as well next season. So if that's the case, and United get to January, they're thinking, well, let's wait until the summer, it could be a bigger gamble to wait than to actually to do it, because if you get the right players in, certainly the right midfielder in that they need, that could be the difference between finishing top 5 and not. And if they get back in the Champions League, then it opens up a whole new world of possibilities in terms of finance, attracting players. It's absolutely massive for United to get in the Champions League. And I don't think anybody at the start of the season would have thought they're in the race for that. But, they may get to the point of mid-January, when the African Nations finishes, I think it's January the 18th, they may look to get people out. Now, I've been told that Kobbie Mainoo may go, Joshua Zirkzee may go, I think Tyrone Malacia will probably go as well because, you know, he's been brought back in the squad, but he's got no future there. So there's possibilities for United to get rid of players and bring some money in. But it's not going to bring a lot of money in. But you'd think that certainly if they can find someone to take Mainu, that would generate a decent fee. But look, the players that United want, Elliot Anderson, they're not going to get him in January, and there's too much competition right there for him. I think Adam Wharton again, you know, Crystal Palace in a strong position. Would they only let Adam Wharton go? Again, it's difficult to envisage that happening. There's Angelo Stiller who plays in Germany for Stuttgart. He's another player that they like as well. So there are possibilities out there, but we have to say obviously Carlos Baleba at Brighton. The players that aren't really gettable in January. So do they make a loan move and get players in to cover the losses or not? It's difficult, but I think they need to look to strengthen the midfield because that is the area where they're really, really short. Up front, they're short. Obviously, with Mbeumo going, they're going to struggle with Xerxes up front, but that's the situation they've left themselves in. So, yes, they need to do something, but I'm not convinced that they will.
Let's just get a little word on Wolves. How bad are things there?
Boy.
2 points after 15 games.
Well, we were trying to figure out whether they were worse than Derby County, who have the worst Premier League record ever. And I think we all came up with the same answer, that this team is worse. I mean, there's nothing positive to say about this team. It can't keep the ball. It doesn't create chances. Yes, they scored a goal today, but it was a little fortunate, let's be honest.
Since October.
I mean, but there's a reason, because they don't create anything. And then, unless it's Strand Larsen, there's really nobody capable of putting the ball in the back of the net. And then defensively, oh my goodness, whether we're talking about the back four or whether we're talking about the middle of the park. I mean, Shaka was talking in the highlights about how do you figure out whether it was great play for Man United, lovely little one-touch passes, or whether it was just downright rotten defending. So probably a little bit of both. Credit United, but Wolves, my goodness, shocking everywhere.
Here's the weird thing for me, right? Normally you see a team down there, they sit back, you know, playing a low block and hope to hit you on the counter-attack. Yet Wolves have players whose first touch not good enough for this level, but then for some reason try to pass the ball on the back and then play a high defensive line. I don't understand what it is they're trying to do other than shoot themselves in the foot every single time. Again, if you're struggling, you're not a good team, and Wolves are not a good team, sit back, defend, make them come and break you down. Don't give the opponent easy goals like that they give to Manchester United today. It's bemusing to witness.